guys, how's it going? It's Sebastian here with Leading Man Attraction. Today, I'm bringing a very special video to you guys. I'm going to introduce you to one of my gladiators out there in the field. His name is Reece. He's been working with me for a while. And today, we're going to make a quick video where you're going to discover kind of where he started, what his experience is like since he started working with me, and how he's kind of progressed from, when he started doing game a few months back to where he is right now. So, Reece, how you doing, brother?
Good, thank you, my man. It's all good here. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. All right, so let's just jump into this. The first thing that I kind of wanted you to share with the guys is your kind of journey from where you were when you first discovered pickup and where you are, or where you got to before you start working with me. Like, what was that process like for you?
So originally I always thought that, it's the coolest shit, like someone just going up and just speaking to women. Like, and I didn't realize it was actually a thing until you find it on YouTube one day, just stumbling upon it. And yeah, I suppose like originally I always wanted to, but never did. Never took action. And then when I did take action, some crazy shit happened. And like you feel so much freer in yourself. It's not even about necessarily the women or what happens. It's more, for me personally, it's about actually like taking that next step past what you're scared of and how to actually improve, and just always just leveling up one next step. That's what matters to me. And my journey so far is still beginning, still early. But working with you, it's been I've seen leaps and bounds improvement in my communication, how I communicate myself, my level of confidence. It's really has changed and improved.
That's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear. When you talked a little bit about your limitations at the beginning when you weren't approaching, can you just talk about that? Like, what was going through your head? Like, what was the thing that was maybe like stopping you from, you see a pretty girl, you want to go say hi, and you don't. Like, what was the thinking process? Like, why didn't you approach?
Well,
What was the,
hmm,
you
hmm.
know?
So it's just inherent fear, fear that just comes from never having done anything like that. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why it's scary, because you're doing something that's completely outside your comfort zone. You're literally just going out there and speaking to someone, but there's nothing scary about it. It's literally just that, a conversation. And like initially it was just it's just what holds you back. That's that inherent approach anxiety, if you will. That's what like it instills in your body, and it's what does hold you back. It's, for me, it was a fear of not rejection. I didn't really care about being rejected by someone I didn't know. It's more making a fool of myself, like having been embarrassed and not knowing what to say. It was the not
Yeah.
knowing what to say, which was a big thing, really. But yeah.
It's like that first time when you get on a bicycle, right? When you're a kid and you're like afraid of falling, you're afraid of like,
Mm,
something new that you've never done before. And obviously the first few times you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, and then eventually you can get better and better. And if you keep going, eventually you can fucking, ride a bicycle without even thinking, right? It's not even a problem to you.
exactly,
And
mate.
it's a very similar principle to game. The first few approaches or the first few weeks even are going to be quite difficult because you haven't done this shit before. This is a genuine skill. So just kind of seeing your progress, because we should mention that Reece did a couple of boot camps with me already, and we got one scheduled in January.
Mhm.
And from the first boot camp to the second one, the improvements were staggering, right? Genuinely massive improvements. And that's not to say that he was bad on the first boot camp, because he was already like really, really good, because he was very committed to the process. And he really took action. He kind of, had to push him into some approaches, but he kind of did almost everything that I said, like literally just did it. And that's what it takes, you know, if you want to succeed in game, if you want to have a successful boot camp and an enjoyable boot camp, then you have to have that kind of attitude where, you know, I came out and now I'm going to do this. And he did it. And, you know, I was super fucking proud. Um, and then we did a little review. So we did a little review with the bootcamp analysis. I think he really internalized the things that I shared with him. And then we did some infield analysis. So Reece recorded a lot of his infields. I went through them, I analyzed them, I helped him out with different sections. And then when I saw him game on the second bootcamp, which was literally a week after, in the space of a week, his social interactions became much, much better. Girls were responding to him, right? And we did a shared bootcamp with another one of my clients, Luke. I'm gonna get a video like this out on YouTube soon with him, and he'll tell you that, you know, Reece just kind of fucking skyrocketed his ability to communicate with people. And you know, when you're doing cold approach, like what we do in day game, it's very difficult to do that because people have an objective, and essentially at the beginning you're kind of stopping them from achieving that by approaching them. So what you have to do is hook them, as what we call it, right, in game. You already know this. And by the time you hook them, that's when it becomes much easier to speak to people, because that's when they actually want to communicate with you. At the beginning, they're not sure what you want. They're not sure why you're there, right? You could be fucking asking for money. You could be asking for directions, and people just want to get to wherever they want to fucking go, especially in a big city like London, because we did the boot camps in London. So it's probably the most difficult place to do game, right? Yeah. So Reece has experienced the madness that goes around the streets of London. But yeah, I think you did really well. Do you want to just do like a quick review of your experience on the boot camp, what you've learned, and kind of how you progressed?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. So from the beginning, it was inherently difficult to approach, obviously, because you're doing something new. Like Seb said previously, it's like learning how to ride a bike, and confidence is actually by proved action, continuous proved action. And unless you show yourself that, you won't be able to do it. So I'd say anyone that's on the fence, 100% go with Seb. Seb's teaching's like really good. He gives you a report at the end of your session, gives you a good breakdown coverage. I haven't personally seen it before, like the any other coaches do that, and it's really like eye-opening, gives you material to look over and improve off of that, and then also gives you homework as well to take back over your week progressing and etc. So I'd say, yeah, just take that step to it, because at the end of the day, the cave you fear holds the treasure you seek. It's what you want, and yeah, you're scared of it, but taking that step of action, it can mean the difference between you being you.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. I think that a lot of guys out there, I think they're in a very similar situation. Wherever a client comes to me, and you know, I say to him, so what is your struggle, and then what do you want to achieve? It tends to come from a very similar place. And maybe you can do this on your own. Maybe you want to try to do this on your own, and I encourage that. You know, if you don't want to, you know, maybe get a coach straight away, maybe you want to see how you'll do this on your own, by all means do it. Listen to Reece. You know, you got to take that fucking step. You got to take action. And when you do, you might find that it becomes very easy for you, or you might find that it gets quite overwhelming. And if it gets quite overwhelming, you might want to seek out somebody's help. Okay, because you know, I've been doing this for a very long time, a lot of experience. I've worked with people, and I've kind of went through every single scenario when it comes to day game. So there's definitely insights that you would learn. Other than that, stay with the channel, you know, stay with Leading Man Attraction, look at the videos, look at the content. There's so many infields out there already, infield breakdowns and content's coming out every single week. So you're going to learn. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing today, Reece. I think we're gonna call it on that. I think we kind of went through your journey, where you started, where your struggle was, and how you're progressing. And obviously, we're gonna do another bootcamp in January, and yeah, we might do a quick little review for you guys then at the end of the day, so Reece can share his experience on the day. So thank you very much for watching. Take some action, go out, approach some girls, and yeah, if you want to get some coaching with me, email leadingmanattraction@gmail.com. We're going to do a free 15-minute consultation call of no charge at all, where I can share with you how I can help you. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Reece.
Thank you, my friend, for having me.
And we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.